LPT. TIFU asking out my crush while constipated, and her nearly fainting. Obligatory didn't happen today. Also sorry for the bad format. I'm on mobile. Backstory. I am 20. Met. Let's call her Lara. F19. Not real name. On a shady dating website around 5 to 6 years ago. However, we stayed friends. After around 3 years we decided to meet up for the first time. And we easily became best friends after hanging out a few times. Skip to last year when the country went into lockdown. We started texting, calling and video calling almost every day, which made me develop feelings towards her after getting to know her more. After a few months, COVID wasn't bad back then. I decided to finally ask her out on a date. Story time. All day I was getting ready for that evening. I did all the preparation I could. But my body refused to cooperate. You see, I have been constipated for the past few days. And I was trying desperately to take a dump before going out. YK. Just in case. I keep on trying multiple times. But in vain. My ass is holding onto this log for dear life. It was eventually time to hit the road and pick Lara up. I was so nervous, but excited at the same time. Knowing her for the past 5 years, I knew her dream date idea, which was as simple as driving around, while eating as we park the car, and cuddle in the backseat. Perfect. I have a car and a backseat, so we are good to go. I finally reach her workplace to pick her up. After taking 500 wrong turns. Late and flustered. I stop the car near her and she hops in. Time for the fuck-ups. We hit the road. And we go far enough from home. Talking and laughing the entire ride. After a while we grab a coffee from the local Dunkin', and decide to park near the beach. To relax for a bit. While sipping on our coffee. We snuggled up. And my heart did everything but relax. And apparently neither did hers. She suddenly felt lightheaded and dizzy. And short-breathed. Of course I took the time to think and wisely chose to panic the fuck out. I got out of the car and opened the doors. Hoping to get more air in. Not knowing what the fuck to do. We were still in the front seats. So I lowered the back of her seat so she could lay down. After a few minutes everything went back to normal. I double-checked and made sure she was okay, then we decided to go grab a bite. We agreed on a place to eat and had a couple of takeaway meals that we will be eating in the car. Considering that there's COVID. However, it seems that my ass had other plans for me. I go into the diner while she waited in the car. And as soon as I stepped in, my stomach released a war cry. Seemingly triggered by the coffee. I ignore it and grab our meals and head back to the car. We decided to go back to where we were and eat there. However, as soon as I got into the car my stomach decided to fucking explode. Massive pain shredding my insides while I sit in the car. Eyes straight ahead. Trying my best to not make it obvious that I am in a feud with my body. Holding firmly onto the steering wheel, trying my best to not squit any liquid from my anus. The pain went and came frequently. And eventually Lara caught on and asked if everything was okay. Unable to hold it any longer, I shamefully explain. Now Lara, being the absolute gem she is, was very understanding and suggested the brilliant idea of shitting behind a tree. Near a residence. Trying to get the cops and my shit-smeared ass. After some other suggestions, she pressured me to go to the nearby Burger King and empty my load there. Since I didn't want to go in, feeling like it's a bit rude to go in, shit in their toilet and leave. So we decided to grab some chicky nuggies. I rush in, sweating from my fucking balls. Lara following me, still laughing to herself. While I am waddling my way to the toilet, clenching my buttocks to not accidentally unleash hell on earth and catch the attention of every human in the establishment. I walk in, rushed to the first empty stall I was able to find, and sat quickly on the toilet. And let me tell you, it was not a king's throne. It was very small, so my knees were up to my chest now. I don't know if I got into the kids' bathroom, but I couldn't give two shits about it. Pun intended. To add salt to the wound, I felt the entire toilet seat collapse under me less than a second after sitting on it. I stand up in pure fright that I'll be sitting pantless in a puddle of my own shit. So here I am, squatting on a destroyed mini toilet while I squirt poop juice out of my ass, desperately trying to not fill the bathroom with poop graffiti. After 5 minutes of torture, I get out of the bathroom and notice all eyes looking at what could be the source of the screams of pain coming from the bathroom. I walk out in shame. Lara still giggling. We hop in the car, me ready to cry at any moment, and Lara crying tears of laughter while assuring me that it's normal and I shouldn't feel bad. Kinda hard when the girl you love never stopped laughing at you for the past 10 minutes. After that, we eat our sandwiches in peace with a look of defeat in my eyes. But soon Lara made it better. I wish I could say this was the end of it. It's 9:30 p.m. It's getting late and we decided to head back. We clean up our mess. I place the car key in, turn it and nothing. The car did not even attempt to start. It was not the battery, since the lights turned on normally, and didn't weaken when turning the car on. FML, it's the starter. Now we are sitting there, in the middle of nowhere. No one in sight and far away from home. There was no one to push the car but us. I drive a manual so I could kick start it. Not only did this starter put the icing on the cake of this fuck up, but it contributed in another fuck up where I accidentally cut someone's finger off. But that's a story for another day. After around 5 minutes of failed attempts, we hop into the car and sit in defeat. I decide to try once more to turn the car and surprise, it worked. I drive her back home and I go back to mine to process WTF happened today. Worst part, it all happened in around 1 hour. TLDR, I asked my crush out and she passed out. I had explosive po'o at Burger King, and we had to push my car after it stopped working. LPT. Don't ask your crush out while constipated. Bro, I laughed my ass off. But with you, not at you. Promise. Well, did you marry her? Sounds like a good date. You get a second? Tell us more about the finger flushed. Are you guys still hanging out? I had to read this 4 or 5 times and I still can't stop crying. Holy shit. You need to wife her 2 hearts. IDK if this is the right thing to say, but I haven't laughed so hard in ages. Only thing I'll say is she is the one. The chosen one, go get her, and I wanna read the finger story also. Thank you so much for making my day. Grabbing Duncan as where you seriously fucked up lol. So that's how those toilets get like that. Always wondered.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.